A Hendersonville teen is on track to become the youngest concert pianist in North Carolina. News 13's John Lee joins us. John, he is a natural who is linked to some of the greatest composers of all time, right?
And most of you don't even know who Christopher Tavernier is yet, but his name, just the latest in an impressive classical music lineage. There's a plot line that weaves it all together. Christopher Tavernier says the twists and turns flow through his fingers.
When I'm playing it, I'm thinking of the story in my head, the storyline.
Christopher is only 12. Every keystroke,
like a puzzle.
Last weekend, he took first as a soloist in the Asheville area piano forum competition.
I just like performing in front of people.
He's been at this as long as he can remember.
It's kind of hard to remember 10 years ago.
2003. Just a couple of years old when he reached for the keys, playing seriously since he was 5.
An amazingly wired physical mechanism.
During the summer, Christopher's known to practice up to 6 hours a day. It's his 4th year with instructor Dr. John Cobb.
He has advanced so far in the last 2 years, I can't imagine where he will be 2 years from now.
And maybe it's no accident he's such a phenom, because aside from talent, Christopher has a link to greatness.
My teacher, Dr. Cobb's teacher was Claudio Rao.
Wait for it.
Who was taught by Martin Krause, who was taught by Franz Liszt.
Wait, Franz Liszt was a 19th century master, perhaps the greatest pianist ever. So Christopher's lineage includes Liszt,
who was taught by Carl Czerny, who was taught by Beethoven.
Yes, he said Beethoven. No pressure, some claim to fame for this potential 21st century prodigy.
Well, not many people can say that their lineage goes from Beethoven.
Just another reason for Christopher to play with passion.
An enormous drive, a love of music.
And later this fall, Christopher and Dr. Cobb are playing performances together, preserving that musical lineage of Franz Liszt. Look for them in September at Kaplan Auditorium. That's at Hendersonville Library. Larry Darcella. I understand Larry's lineage goes back to Little Richard, I think.
Thanks a lot. Very talented young man. We're not going to talk about your
talent. I'm not even going to try to do an imitation of Little Richard. He's a good pianist, though, isn't he?
Yes,
Little
he is.
Richard?
He is a
All
good
right.
pianist.
We're going to hear that kid's name.
Oh,
Christopher
yes.
Tavernier.